excitement level for one specific player. Can't wait to see him on the field in game competition next fall.
Donald CHANEY Jr. He's the top-rated kid in this class. He's a top, by the 247 composite, because I usually go by them for consistency. He's ranked 35 overall in the country. Number 5 running back, number 6 in the state of Florida. This kid is just a beast. I know he's big, he's strong, he's fast. He has great instincts, was the foundation of that offense. It's a private school like American Heritage, so he played in the playoffs from his 8th grade year. So, 5 years in the playoffs and things like that. He's the paradigm. He's the paragon of what a running back should be. 5'10", 205, or 5'11", 205 with wiggle and speed. He's that dude. And the 1A to that has to be JAYLAN, who Deerfield Beach. So he and Restrepo are the first Deerfield Beach kids that Miami has gotten in 20 years, 21 years actually, from the time that Derek Crudup signed in 1999. Second all-time leading rusher in Broward County history, only behind the late great Tyrone Moss, who went to Blanche Ely High School in Pompano and then to Miami and then to the NFL before he passed away at a young age. But over 5,000 yards rushing in high school. And Miami, spoiler alert for my signing day grades that come up tomorrow, Miami has the best running back class in America this year. 2 top 100 backs. Just look at the legacy of what they've done. Look at the production of what they've done on the field. Look at their size. Look at their skill sets. This is the best running back class in the country, bar none. So salute to Eric Hickson for locking them both down. Salute to the Miami Hurricanes for getting them both. But I can't really talk about one without talking about the other. So, yeah, Donald CHANEY Jr. is my number 1, but 1A has to be JAYLAN. And I know that people I've seen in the live chat, have been, popping up other names as well. The other one that I will say is Michael Redding III, wide receiver out of IMG Academy, originally from the Panhandle of Florida. This kid, if you're selling jerseys, you're buying his. Look, he's 6'1", 198 pounds, like 6% body fat, like 18-inch pythons. He has bulging muscles in his arm. No, look up the pictures. I'm telling you, you want to laugh. Yo, Michael Redding III is a big developed dude. If you're talking about a guy who can come in and play the X receiver, be the, the A1 day one target, that Michael Irvin position, that Amon Richards, that Andre Johnson type position, the X, this is the feature receiver for the offense. He fits that bill from a size and athleticism and production standpoint. Another intellectual kid who is going to study aerospace engineering. And that is something that, drove him to Miami over Florida State and others, because Miami actually has aerospace engineering while others don't have that major. I think Purdue was in his recruitment late because Purdue has aerospace engineering program as well. And Purdue has signed 4-star All-American wide receivers in the last couple of years up there. So he considered maybe going there. But yeah, this is a kid who just physically fits the paradigm as well of what you're looking for at a wide receiver position. So yeah, between those 3 guys, I would say that's who I'm really most looking forward to seeing on offense. I want to see what Tyler Van Dyke can do, the quarterback, just because, he has a rocket for an arm and he can flick his wrist and throw it 70 yards. Jalen Rivers at offensive line, because Miami needs offensive linemen, and he's arguably better than some of the ones that we've had on campus and played in games this year. I know you asked me for 1 and I've given you 5, but if you add in a Chance Williams, who's Jalen Rivers' high school teammate, he's another top 50 recruit or top 60 recruit as a weak side defensive end pass rusher with moves on moves. He's another guy that I would love to see out there. There's Daz Worsham, who was committed to Alabama from Alabama. He's coming down. He's probably going to take over the number 4 jersey that has been vacated by Jeff Thomas moving to the league. So there goes 4. Here comes new 4. There are players to be excited about in this recruiting class. But yet, and still on the roster, there are holes at offensive line, at cornerback, at athleticism, at linebacker. New athleticism, because Zach McLeod is athletic. Sam Brooks can fly. And Avery Huff is a freaky athlete. He's one of the fastest guys on this team already, and he's barely scratching the surface of his skills. When I worked at Deerfield all these years ago, this is when Denard Robinson and Jason Pierre-Paul were there. Jason Pierre-Paul played more tight end than defensive end in high school. And I was friends with the coaches because we were all on faculty and everything. And the tight end and DN coach told me then, he said, if Jason gets his mind together, he's a first-round draft pick. But he wants to lollygag. He wants to chase after girls. He wants to be part-time sometime. But you saw him walk through the hallways. And just think of Jason Pierre-Paul, but 50 pounds of muscle lighter. So 6'5", probably like 210. Just athleticism oozing out of every pore of his body. When I look at Avery Huff, that's what I think of. I mean, just this moldable piece of clay. And if he dedicates himself to really pushing his body and see what he can do with it, oh, man. But you're not adding to that. You're not adding a Justin Flo. You're not adding a Keyshawn Green to push those guys forward at linebacker or corner or offensive line. And those kind of things are where the problems in this class come from. But like I said up front, when you ask about guys to be excited about, there are plenty of those as well. And I didn't even mention Jalen Harrell. What? See, come on.